Hey, I'm glad to see you back. I hope everything is going well. I'm doing quite good. Recently, I've been studying Japanese. Well, I say recently, more like for 1,000+ days on Duolingo. That's like just under 3 years ago, I think. And I think it's going okay overall, but it's kind of tough. And I don't mean the lessons themselves, but the motivation maybe. Like these days, I just do a practice lesson to keep my streak going, and because I don't lose any hearts if I make a mistake while I'm sleepy. For those who don't use Duolingo, you get a total of 5 hearts, and each mistake you make moves one of those. And if you lose all of them, lesson's over. Of course, if you pay, you don't have that restriction hanging over you, but I don't want to do that. I might as well pay for an actual tutor. Not like there's any around here. At school they only offered French, and if you were good at that, then Spanish as well. I think I can speak one line of French, Je suis la maison, I think. As far as I'm aware, that line is useless. They say Japanese is harder, like English and French are kinda similar, but Japanese has 3 different Alphabetty things to learn. Hiragana, katakana and kanji. Unless you know what each symbol means, it's tough to even read a sentence. I pretty much know all the hiragana, need to practice katakana again, and I know a few bits of kanji. But I think you need to know about 2,000 of them to read on a native level. That's a lot. And doing it without someone to study with or learn from, it can be hard for stuff to stay in your head. Just using Duolingo alone generally isn't enough, so I try and do extra things. Mainly going on to Twitter and trying to translate some tweets, sometimes by taking a certain word or phrase, and trying to see if I can work out the context of said tweet. I think it does help a bit, since it gets you to actually search for the word and see how it's used in a sentence, rather than seeing the same sentence in Duolingo and pressing the same buttons. And I think that just trains muscle memory, and I think I'm at the stage where I just want to learn a lot of new words. I've got the absolute basics down, I think. I just need more words to use those basics with, if that makes sense. But I found that learning words with no context, it doesn't really stick. But learning particular groups of words, say all the types of bread for example, it feels like I'm not learning enough. Maybe because it's not a varied range of words, so it doesn't feel like I'm learning enough. Or maybe it's because I'm going in too deep before learning more basic words. Like, I know how to say bread, but how do I say sandwich? You know, these talking things that I do, they really help me think. I'm going to collect a range of basic words I feel like I should know, and now work on those.